All right, let's get right into it. We're about to pull back the curtain on something that shapes our world every single day: statistics. In this explainer, we're going to go on a little journey to figure out the secret of where all that data actually comes from.
I mean, really think about it. You see stats in the news, on social media, at work. These numbers are everywhere, telling us what's going on. But have you ever just stopped and wondered, where does that number even come from? Who counted it, and how? That's the mystery we're going to solve today.
You see, every single statistic you've ever seen, it all starts with a question. It could be something huge like, how's the economy doing? Or something specific like, what do people think of this new product? And getting to the answer? Well, that's not magic. It's a journey, really. A process with some really important choices along the way. Let's walk through it.
So you've got your big question. Now you're standing at the first major fork in the road. And the choice is this. Do you roll up your sleeves and go create brand new information from scratch? Or do you use information that someone else has already put together? This first decision right here sets the stage for everything that follows.
So that first option, that's what we call primary data. This is the DIY approach, You are literally the original creator of this information. You're the one conducting the surveys, doing the interviews, or running the experiments to get a direct answer to your very specific question.
And the huge win with primary data? It's all about control. Total control. The data you get is perfectly tailored to what you need to know. It's fresh, it's up to date, and you're the one making sure it's accurate. The relevance is just off the charts because, well, you built it yourself for your exact needs.
Now, the other path you can take is using secondary data. This is all the information that's already out there in the world. Think about things like government reports, studies published by universities, or big market research analyses. Basically, someone else has already done the heavy lifting for their own reasons, and now you get to use their work.
And with this approach, the advantages are just massive, especially when it comes to speed and money. You can get your hands on gigantic data sets almost instantly, and a lot of the time it's free. It lets you spot trends over many years without spending a fortune and a decade collecting it all yourself. I mean, that's huge.
Okay, so this is really the heart of it. It's a trade-off, right? Primary data is custom-made for you, super relevant, but wow, it's going to cost you time and money. Secondary data, it's cheap, it's fast, but it might not be the perfect puzzle piece for your specific question. This is the first big choice every researcher has to make.
All right, so let's say you've made your choice on whether to find data or make data, but you're not done yet. The next giant question you have to answer is about who you're going to get the information from. Are you going to try and talk to everybody or just a few people? Now, if you want perfect 100% accuracy, the dream scenario is what's called a census. This means you collect information from every single person or item in the group you care about. Every single one. Nobody gets missed. It's the complete picture.
But let's get real for a second. Take a look at this number. To do a census of a large country, you'd need to get in touch with more than 330 million people. The cost, the time, the sheer logistics of it all, it's just mind-boggling. We're talking about a monumental effort.
So you can probably see why. Most of the time, a full census just isn't gonna happen. It's completely impractical, if not downright impossible. So, what do? How do we get these incredible insights about massive groups without talking to every single person? What's the trick?
And the answer, the really clever solution, is the sample survey. Instead of trying to talk to everyone, we talk to a small, carefully chosen group, a sample, that's basically a miniature representative version of the whole crowd. This, right here, is where the magic of statistics really happens.
Let's just put them side by side for a second. A census, yeah, it covers everyone, but it's crazy expensive and takes forever. A sample survey, on the other hand, just looks at a representative slice. That makes it way cheaper and way faster. And you can see, sampling is really the modern, scientific way to get things done for most research.
Okay, so this is the part that can feel a little like a magic trick. How on earth can a tiny group of people tell us something true about millions? What's the secret sauce here? Well, it all boils down to two super important ideas that we need to get straight.
All right, to get this, we have to nail down the difference between a parameter and a statistic. I know, they sound similar, but they're worlds apart. A parameter is the real number, the absolute truth for the entire population, like the true average income for everyone in the whole country. It's a fixed number. But here's the catch. We almost never actually know what it is. A statistic? That's the number you get from your sample. You actually calculate it. It's your best guess, your estimate of that unknown parameter.
So here's how it all fits together in a process we call inference. It's actually pretty logical. Step 1, you figure out who the whole population is. Step 2, you pick a good, representative sample. Step 3, you crunch the numbers from your sample and get your statistic. And finally, step 4, you use that statistic to make an educated guess, an inference, about the whole population's true parameter.
Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you see a news report, and it says something like this. They talked to 2,000 households and found they spent, on average, 25,000 rupees a month. So what is that 25,000 number? What does it really mean?
And here it is. That number, the 25,000 rupees, that is a sample statistic. It's the calculated average for the 2,000 households they actually surveyed. It is not the absolute undeniable truth for every single household in the country. It's an estimate, a really good, data-driven estimate of that bigger, unknown truth.
So once you get that, everything changes. With these ideas in your back pocket, you can now look at any data, any report, with a whole new perspective. You understand the backstory of how that number got there and what it's really trying to tell you. So here it is, let's wrap it up. This is your new Data Detective Toolkit. Primary data, that's what you build yourself. It's perfect, but it's pricey. Secondary data, super fast, but maybe not a perfect fit. A census, that's everybody, but it's usually impossible. A sample, that's the smart scientific shortcut. And the big one, a statistic, which comes from your sample, is your best guess for the parameter, which is the population's hidden truth.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question. The next time you're scrolling through the news and a big statistic jumps out at you, what's the first thing you're going to ask yourself? You'll know to think, wait, where did this data come from? Was it a sample? Who were they trying to represent? You now have the power to not just see the numbers, but to see behind the numbers. So, what's that first question going to be?